In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your transmission mount on your Ford Focus. It's located underneath the battery. Take off your battery lid here. You can remove this as well if yours is loose. Using an 8mm socket, we're going to remove 4 bolts holding our airbox cover on. Bolts should stay in after you loosen them. Set that off to the side. We're going to remove our air filter. Take it up from the back side and pull it out. Now we're going to pick this tab up off this rubber piece. Disconnect this. Put that off to the side. And we're going to take this harness out of this bracket. And just let that be free. We can disconnect this if you want, or you could leave it in there. It's up to you. I'm going to disconnect it just so I don't have a wire in my way. And put that over there. Using a 7mm, we're going to loosen up this clamp. Now we're going to pull up on this airbox. I'm going to separate this from the airbox, and then we're going to pull up on the airbox and remove it. Just don't pry up against anything important. You do have a rubber grommet down here that you need to release. Take that out. Disconnect your negative battery terminal first using a 10mm socket. Just make sure you don't touch your positive as you do that. After you loosen it, there we go. Put that off to the side. And now you can disconnect your positive. And put that off to the side as well. You're going to remove your harness from this side panel by using a trim tool. Set that off to the side. And now we're going to take this side panel off. Okay, you're going to drop that down. Gentle with the wires. And now we're going to loosen up these 2 nuts. I'm going to use a 10mm socket to do that. don't get jammed up in there with your tool. Remove this, hold down. Now you can pick up the battery slightly and slide it out. Using a 10mm socket and a small extension, I'm going to take out this bolt. I'm going to take out this battery tray. Remove all the bolts. You should be able to lift this up and take it out. If your weather stripping comes off, you can just put that back later. Make sure you put a jack underneath your transmission before removing your transmission mount. Using a 15mm socket, we're going to take out 1, 2, 3, 4 nuts. Now we're going to remove this bracket. And set it aside. Next, we're going to use an 8mm socket and we're going to remove these two bolts. Using an 8mm socket and an extension, we're going to take out these two bolts. Remove this bracket as well. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to take out the center bolt. Make sure your jack is still jacking your transmission. Remove your mount. Put your mount on. Okay, so once you have this mount with your 4 studs coming through where they belong, you're going to start your bolt, line it up with the transmission, and you're going to hand start it. You may need a person to help you out if your transmission shifts in either direction on the jack. You may have somebody maybe from through the wheel well, use a pry bar and just gently pry it over if needed to position it so you can see the hole going through. Once you get it all lined up, You're going to tighten it down, and you're going to torque it to 109 foot-pounds. I would not use an impact gun on this since you're going into aluminum. Okay, now that we're snug, we're going to torque that. Now we can put on our spacer, bracket, and then battery tray. Let's put our spacer on. I'm going to snug these up. After it's snug, go a quarter of a turn. I'm using a 1/4-inch ratchet. Now let's put our bracket on. I'm going to feed this end in under the wires and line up your studs through the holes. Start your nuts. We're going to tighten these down and then go another 1/4 of a turn. Make sure you go on a diagonal to tighten these down so it tightens down evenly. Tighten these down, and then go another 1/4 of a turn. Just make sure they're tight. Once you get your bracket on, you're going to slide your tray in. I have my bolts already in the tray. Once you get yourself lined up, you can start them by hand. You should have 3 bolts. Using a 10mm socket, I'm going to tighten those down. Check your work, make sure it's tight, and now we can put the rest together. Make sure you slide your weather stripping back as well if yours fell off like ours. Remove your jack. Now we can put the battery in. Put your hold down in. Tighten it down with the nuts. I would hand start them first. That feels good. Now we're going to put our side on. I would put it in that side first, push in, and push it down. Now we're going to fasten our harness back into the grommet holes. Just follow the harness and it should show you where to go. Once that's secure, we're going to work on getting our airbox back in. Now we're going to aim for these 3 points as we slide the hose onto this. And also the center goes right there. So to do that, we're going to guide this through as we pick up that hose. We're going to shimmy it in and down at the same time. It is a little tricky. You gotta wrestle with it a little bit. This guy goes right here on the outside. Watch out for your harness over here. Make sure your grommet goes in right here. It should feel like it just snaps in eventually. Now we're going to put this plastic vent back. It's a little tricky getting in there. Again, it's a little tricky getting it in there. I recommend going in from this corner first, sliding it in, and then pushing it down as you go into this spot. Install your air filter. Make sure you line your filter up, this edge, into the slot of the bottom of the air box. And put your cover on. As you slide the cover down, make sure it's lined up with the very edge of that air filter. Otherwise, this thing doesn't fit right. Once you get it lined up, you can tighten down your bolts. And the last one here. All right, so we're going to plug this in, lock it in, and now we're going to tighten up our hose clamp. Snug it up. Make sure you put your grommet in. Put your positive terminal on first and tighten it down. Make sure it doesn't move around. And now you can put your negative one on. Make sure it's all the way down before tightening it. You may have to shimmy it down. Now you can tighten it. Make sure it doesn't move. Looking good. Push the big black cable down into this little slot. And now let's put our cover on. Put your cover together. This flap goes in there. And slide it in. And snap it in.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.